They were within two games of the NBA Finals, something they haven't done since the 1970s. That's win an NBA championship. Shady Tom Thibodeau, after being within 2 games of a championship, did he get a raw deal with it?
Raw deal. That's bad, right? And you know what I hate the most is that you didn't see none of the presidents or GMs come out and really talk about it. It's like you fire a coach like this that's done well in the last 5 years, been to playoffs 4 times straight, and then it was 2 games away from the finals, and you don't talk about it? Because at least show me a face that's firing him, right? What's my man from the Mavericks? What's my man's name?
Cuban?
No.
Oh, Nico.
Nico Harrison. He came out there and he spoke about it.
True.
I respect you having some of those to even talk about, having the guts to speak on Trey and Luka. We ain't see the same for the Knicks.
Yeah.
I mean, Tibbs, you want to talk about it like, yo, they've won in the last 20 seasons, they've won 1 playoff series, right? And now he gets you, his tenure there, in the 5 years, he gets you straight 4 playoff appearances and 2 games away from the finals, and you fire him for what? Yeah. Who are you going to get now, though? You get what I'm saying? I hate when teams do this, because now, like, the standard is set now with this coach.
Yeah.
Now, a new coach now has new standards, and we don't know what they might be. At least for Tibbs, I will say this, Spotty. You make a trade, right, and you make some trades and you make some moves on all season, and you get guys like Anthony Towns, you get guys like OG came there, you get guys like Bridges coming there, you get all these different things. Let that thing gel. It obviously is working.
Yeah.
That was crazy. They just did. I couldn't believe it. When I seen, I thought it was fake news.
Yeah.
You know, to the viewers out there, James Jones has a lot of fake news. And when I said, is this James pranking me?
I don't tweet no fake news.
I was so upset when they fired him because he didn't deserve this. He did not deserve this.
You trying to get people to follow me? I don't got no fake news, dog. I hated it, man. And I hated it for a couple different reasons. My first reason is I hate when players don't do their job and the coach get blamed. And I hate it the other way around, when coaches don't do their job and the players get blamed.
Right.
But I just remember when Mike McCarthy was taking a whole lot of heat. And everybody like, the play call is bad. It's the same play calls we won a Super Bowl with and got him a street named after him, which, you know what? The players just ain't making the plays. James Jones was winning on that slant. You know what? Darrelle Reeves locked me down on that last one. It ain't the plays, it's the players. Tibbs, since he's been there, has been a winning coach. So now you're saying, we're firing you and we going to get a coach that's going to get us 2 games better. Because that's really what you're saying. We need to get 2 games better to get to the finals, because Tibbs has took you somewhere you have not been in 25-plus years, and that is the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks ain't seen that in 25-plus years, and Tibbs took you there. Back-to-back 50-win seasons. And now everybody wants to say, man, he's playing these dudes too much minutes. He was playing these dudes too much minutes when they was winning games. And now it's a problem now. No, but when he was playing them too much minutes, they was making those plays. Now they're not making the plays, and the coach got fired because I feel like the players did not play their best in the series, man. Not Tibbs. And now you're going out there, I don't know what coach you get, but you're going out there to say, hey, Emmanuel Acho, we want you to be the next coach of the New York Knicks, and we got to get 2 games better. Because we got to get to the finals. There ain't nowhere where the new coach coming in, where does he got to take you? To the finals. Because Tibbs took you to the Eastern Conference Finals.
From the outside in, I'm not just upset, I'm disappointed. But I'm disappointed because from the outside in, this was the most exciting the Knicks had been to the non-local Knicks fans since Lin-Sanity. Y'all remember Jeremy Lin, 2012?
Oh, man.
This is the most exciting the Knicks have been since that run. But furthermore, I think about the quote I heard, the guy who had it good and wanted it better made it worse. That's the Knicks. Y'all got it good. Y'all want it better. Y'all are about to make it worse, because Tibbs is the best coach since Jeff Van Gundy circa 96 to 2002. No other coach has even had this many playoff appearances, let alone this many playoff and postseason wins as Tibbs. But also remember, before the season, nobody thought that the Knicks were going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. During the season, nobody thought the Knicks were going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. At the beginning of the playoffs, nobody thought the Knicks were going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. At the beginning of the Boston Celtics series, after the Knicks had already beat the Pistons, nobody thought the Knicks were going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And because the Knicks overachieved, you're now going to judge them based upon a bar that they raised and didn't end up exceeding? It just doesn't make sense to me. The guy who had it good and wanted it better made it worse. I would judge Tibbs 2-5 if he didn't try to manipulate all the cards that were in his hand. But by game 3, he moved Josh Hart, probably the third best player on that team, to the bench. Started Mitchell Robinson. As soon as he found out his bench players had some level of competency in the playoffs, by game 4 and game 5, after Brunson got in foul trouble in game 3, he continued to go to the bench. It wasn't like Tibbs was a stubborn head coach. Like, he tried to manipulate his hand, which is the mark of intelligence and the mark of good coaching, is not doing the same thing over and over again. So I can't make sense.
You got to read the room, man. Seriously. And we've been hearing a lot of negativity from the Knicks front office for a long time, right? Even with small things of like, you know, a lot of their players that was greats and was playing the Eastern Conference Finals games, they're not allowed to be in the building, or they escort them out, or they can't get to certain, you know, like, so we had these type of issues before. Now I look at this like, okay, think about the New York community.
Yeah.
Did you see how the fans were going? When they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, you see how crazy it was in New York?
Yeah.
Right? Madison Square Garden, I mean, the whole thing is lit up. Right? I haven't seen that many superstars in a long time. What about when they was going to play the Pacers and everybody knew about it? Right. Did you see the street? How many fans is out there? And they were so excited. My mom and dad's from Queens, New York, okay? So they're New Yorkers. They had so much joy this playoffs. I mean, God, you'd have thought it was my mom just had a kid and everybody's super happy in the family, and it was like that enjoyment. Now you take that away from them? So they get this far with this coach, with this team, right? And now you say you don't want good enough. 2 games from the finals, what the fans gonna say now? Because this thing is all about the players, the franchise, and the fans, right? It goes hand in hand. How do you think the fans feel? Yeah. Your superstar, Jalen Brunson, say, yo, he's the man for the job. And then a couple days later, you fire him? Yeah. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. And I don't know where this goes from now. I just think the excitement that the NBA had this year, as well as the Knicks played, I don't know where this goes from now. Because next year, I don't see them going to the finals. I don't see them going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't see it.
And we didn't see it this year neither.
It's crazy.
But it's just crazy because even the series before, we just wanted to praise Tibbs, right? You on the road, you're down 20-plus points against, we thought, the best team in basketball in the Boston Celtics, and you come back and you win both those games on the road. And, yeah, you can say Coach Tibbs, Coach is tough, but what happened in those 2 games?
Right.
The stars showed up.
Right.
And they finished the basketball games. This Indiana Pacers series, the stars didn't really show up to finish basketball games, and that is why Tibbs is fired. It's not because of the substitutions that Tibbs did or the timeout that Tibbs didn't call, or we could point at something to say, dang, he blew that series for the Knicks. There's nothing we can point at to that besides the players not being their best in certain moments.
It's interesting to me. If the Knicks would have lost to the Celtics, does Tibbs still get fired?
No.
Because think about it.
Because you expected them to lose that series.
Like, if the Knicks lose a series earlier, but lose to a team that's supposed to be a dynasty, that's on the brink of repeating, that has one of the best tandems in all of basketball, I don't think Tibbs gets fired because, like James said, you expected them to lose. That's it. Exactly. Now you look at it as overachievement as opposed to looking at it as underachievement, even though they exceedingly overachieved. I also think far too often people try to chase a dream that's not built for them. You see somebody else and they live in a life that's not built for you. People try to think this is going to be a Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr situation. Or you might try to think it's going to be when the Warriors got rid of Mark and got Steve Kerr, and now it looks like they're ascending into one of the greatest dynasties in the history of the sport. Or even when the Mavericks moved on from Donnie Nelson and got to Rick Carlisle and then won a chip. But remember, for every one of those great stories,
man,
there is the opposite.
Come on, man.
And I just fear for the Knicks, like, how do you get better from here? You dismantled a Celtics team. The Cavs still exist. The Magic are getting better. The Celtics are always going to be competent so long as those 2 star players are there and Jason Tatum gets healthy. The Pacers look like they're ascending. It's hard, like Shady always says, to win championships, and y'all got within 2 games.
And then my last point is when you watch the series, like, it's Tibbs' fault that they lost with a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter with 50 seconds. Right. That's his fault? Because as long as he's been coaching normally, they win them games. You know, it's like when coaches get fired, I always look at, why did he get fired? Yep. Does the players, do they still believe in him? They still do. Obviously, they all talked about it. Sometimes is the spotlight too big for him where, man, if he gets in the same situation again in the Eastern Conference Finals, you think he can win, or is it too big for him? I think he can win that. They're 2 games away. And it's like, as a coach, it's like, why do you keep this guy and then why do you fire him? You know what I'm saying? And as I'm trying to, like, analyze it, I don't see what was the reason for firing him. And you know how I'm not tripping? Is because we didn't have no explanation why they fired him. Think about it. At least you had somebody saying, yo, this, that, and the third, and Luka. I couldn't believe they traded Luka. But when Nico got on there and talked about it, he said, hey, man, I think championships are won by defense.
You're right. Really
so
good
when I need an answer why I traded Luka, a top 5 player in this league that's been all NBA for the last 5 years, well, he don't play defense. Yeah. When we turn the tape, I still wouldn't trade him, but we turn the tape, oh, he don't play no defense. He's out of shape. So I can, at least you have an answer why.
Correct.
But this team, there's haven't been no answer why. Why are you firing? Because everybody look on TV, everybody's trying to answer this question for the New York Knicks.
Correct.
New York Knicks, y'all come on and tell us why y'all fired.
That's it.
Because sometimes, like Shady said, I don't even have to agree with your decision. Yeah. I just want to know the logic and rationale behind your decision.
Yeah.
Like the Luka decision, we don't necessarily agree with it, but it makes sense. There's logic behind that decision. There's so many times in a decision, it's like, if you, even football-wise, you didn't want to keep Justin Fields, you didn't want to keep Russell Wilson, Mike Tomlin. Might not agree with it, but I can understand the logic behind it. Sean Payton, you want to move off of Russell Wilson. Don't agree with it, but can understand the logic behind it. But not only can I not understand the logic behind this decision, they haven't given us the logic behind it.
Because there isn't one.
You got kids? You ever see a kid ask why you lie? Oh,
yeah.
You been cheated on?
You could suggest that.
Why you cheat on me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I do? Was it me? Why me? So when you ask, you don't have no kids, like, why'd you lie about this? Why'd you do that? But you don't have kids. So I think, girl, why you cheat on me? Why you cheat on me?
And sometimes, Shady, it's I don't even know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.